in the course of my rebuilding my life, as I called it, I decided to do a little video on are you the partner of an alcoholic? Just answering that question. And I posted it on YouTube. So we're going back about 7 years now. Yeah. I just posted it on YouTube, which was kind of fairly new then. And it was new to me. I'm not technically minded at all. So I posted it and promptly forgot about it because it didn't cross my mind really that anybody was seriously going to watch it or it would make any difference. And it was a couple of years later, I was visiting a friend and talking to her about her business. And I suggested to her it might be a good idea for her to think about doing videos because the technology was becoming easier. You know, every year it's been easier and easier to do videos. And she was dubious about it. And I said, oh, well, I'll show you. I put one on YouTube. So I got the laptop and brought it up and noticed that there was around 8,000 views on it and loads of comments from people saying, oh, you've changed my whole life. And, you know, what a difference it's made watching your video. And I was a bit shocked and stunned. And I thought, gosh, all these people have been watching this and it's been changing their lives. And I didn't even look at it. And I felt bad that I hadn't answered their questions or you know, replied to them. So I thought, oh, well, I should make some more videos. Actually, the whole business of alcoholism had been a feature of my first marriage, and I was wanting to really get away from it, the whole scene, and I had successfully done that. So I thought I wasn't too sure about getting kind of into it. Anyway, long story short, I did do more, and people have really liked it. From that, I created a support group on Facebook, and there's over 500 members in that now. And that's quite a community, quite a support community, actually. So, but that sprung out of just doing those videos. So, you know, there's like over 5,000 subscribers on there now. And I really don't work at getting those subscribers. They just come along. But, you know, it's kind of like, that's what came out of my personal life challenges and just kind of speaking from that place. It's not how I necessarily generate an income. You know, I do that otherwise.
But so you've got this lovely sort of life you live at the moment. You've got YouTube, you've got the membership group, and you've got your relationship and your counselling. You know, it's quite a portfolio of what you actually do.
Yes. Well, a good chunk of income too comes from my online membership group. Yeah. So it's an annual membership. It's Evolutionary Women. Yeah. And I enjoy promoting and helping women to grow and become all that they may be. Because actually, I suppose that's what I've done. You know, I was nearly destitute, single parent of 3, and fortunately managed to change. You know, when I look back now, Andrew, how did I manage to do that?
Yeah.
In the days when, you know, interest rates were 18%. On more, you know, people were hardly able to keep a roof over their head, and I managed to do it. So so evolution, I think we're all evolving, and women are evolving. Well, men are evolving too, but I know more about women and the challenges that women face than men, and so I choose to help them to equalize things and get over, you know, the differences.
I'm really interested to explore your sort of path getting in, because I people look at me and say, you shouldn't be doing all this techie stuff you do, and I guess you probably get the same. We're, as should we say, older people or indies, we shouldn't be doing this stuff. And I'm quite interested in delving into what's the most important thing you've learned on your path that sort of got you to this point and has made it okay for you to be a sort of a portfolio membership YouTuber, consultant,
Well,
when people would say you couldn't do it.
I know, and actually, do you know, some of my, I am still in touch with a number of my primary school friends,
Yeah.
actually, who, have retired, if you like, and they're quizzical about when's Grace going to stop doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
And actually, I think it keeps me alive in a way. Not that I'm compulsive about it, but so here's the thing. The big questions of life: who am I?
Mm.
Why am I here? And what's my legacy going to be? I suppose that would be at the center of things. And so for my answer to those questions is I am, the whole evolutionary bit, the whole cosmos, the universe, everything, we're all in a state of evolution. And I personally believe in a divine power. That just call it life force, call it whatever you like. I just call it divine. Some people call it God. I don't really mind much. But for sure, it's what has taken me through a lot of difficult times and actually come out feeling triumphant. How good was that? Well, I wouldn't want to repeat it, but there was a lot of good learning came out of it. So I see myself as a co-creator with that life force. And so as I grow and develop, I help other people to grow and develop, and hopefully they help other people grow and develop. And so my legacy is a whole lot of people who've grown and developed and like ripples. So that kind of is what fires me up. I think we're meant to continue growing and developing because, like every stage of life, this stage of life, I actually feel more alive and vital and engaged with life than I did when I was 40. We're all in a big shift at the minute, and the pandemic, much as we didn't like it, has actually helped that shift. And we're moving into a whole quantum digital interconnected paradigm.
I have a question I'm absolutely dying to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead.
We are a community of indies here, and I'm really interested. What should we be endeavouring to learn from one another?
Oh, I think it's about connection and whatever it is that we can all be, just in relating and connecting, that there's a synergy, and like groups like INDY can be generative. I mean, you and I met on a course some years ago, and I would consider it quite a generative relationship. We exchange with each other, what new things we've learned, what new books we've read, how do we get over technical difficulties. I think it's quite a generative relationship. So I think indies can have that kind of relationship. This is not about, passing the time. This time is really precious. We're all above ground and we've got life. We need to be making the most of it and enjoying it, and not saying, oh, well, what can I do to pass the time? I definitely don't want to be passing time. I want to live it.
That seems the real place to finish this chat, because you know I think that's a great sentiment. I think that's what being an indie is all about, is living life, isn't it, and living it to the
It is, and actually, it's the difference between living life and not having life live you. And then you look back and it's gone, and you think, "Oh, I wish I had." It's and I really mean connecting into the life force and allowing your life to be all that it can be.